More than any Resident Evil before it, Village does the most to embody everything the franchise has been up to this point. Village is a culmination of all of that, every single element wrapped up and stapled together. Whether it works, well, that's up to you to decide, but unabashedly, and of course as a Resident Evil apologist at times, I love it. And while it does feel like a Frankenstein's monster, it is an encapsulation of the franchise's 25 years. And for that reason alone, it makes Village one of the most special Resident Evil games to date. And it does a lot to push the franchise forward while doubling down on its past.
I am Storm Incarnate. My queen. My queen. My king. Divine beasts with grace
cool.
complete. Finally, the
Let's watch this Capcom shit. Rise version 3 already. Damn.
平たく言うと戦闘が面白くなかった。
サンドバッグ状態っていうんですかね。
いやそれはちょっと直せへんかもなみたいな。
絶対嫌われるだろう。
ビレッジがどうあるべきか、死に物狂いであると。コロナでやっぱり会社としては自粛期間っていうのがあって、そこで開発もね一旦ストップしちゃったんですよね。家で悶々とビレッジのことを考えるしかない期間っていうのがもう結構本当ね1ヶ月以上あって、自粛明けてみんな集まった時にやっぱビレッジ今のままじゃダメだよねっていうのはみんな一致したんですよ。でそれでもうどうすべきかっていうのをみんな家で考えたことをぶつけ合って、ちょっと直そうぜってなったんですよね。初期のビレッジでは死に物狂いっていうコンセプトを具体化するためにどれだけプレイヤーの人に焦りと恐怖を与えられるかっていうところで、敵をどれだけ勢いよく恐ろしく襲いかからせるかみたいなところに一番力を入れて制作していました。制作過程で一回フォーカステストという形で一部プレイヤーの皆さんに遊んでもらったことがあるんですけど、そこで得た反応としては確かに敵はものすごい勢いで襲ってくるんだけども逆に考えることが少ないという反応が多かったんですね。で、そこでなんとか、直そうとしたものを、品管の皆さんに見ていただいたんですけど、
でその時にこれはまずいなというのを強く感じました。開発から聞いてた事前の自信とその内容っていうのがやっぱあまりにも乖離している。初めてビレッジの戦闘を触った時の印象はとにかく敵が多い。で敵がすごく攻撃的に攻めてくる。でこっちの弾は少ない。でしかもその戦闘が面白くないということで本当に面倒くさくてつまらない相当しんどい内容になってました。
サンドバッグ状態っていうんですかね。そんな感じに見えましたけどね。大きな変更っていうのは当然プロジェクトマネージャーとしては警戒するところなんですけど、やっぱりその問題点が明確に見えてる以上はそれを放置したまま最終的にゴールさせるっていうのは、やっぱり選択しづらいので、挑戦すべきだろうなという結論にはなりました。
Sorry, I'm not saying much. This is interesting to me.
今思えばやっぱりちょっと やりきれてなかったんでしょうね。そのビレッジがどうあるべきかっていうのはみんなおぼろげに見えてきてたんですけど、作りきれてなかったんだと思うんですよ。
まあ、やはり開発は自信を持って作っている、まあ、日々心血注いで作っているので、何か意見するというとやっぱりいい顔されないことが一般的には多いんですよね。でカプコンはその中でも相当やっぱ開発の理解が進んでるとは思うんですね。ただビレッジの場合はもう時期が時期、もうかなり追い込みの時期に入っているタイミングというのもあり、相当やっぱりこれを反発食らうんじゃないかなと。
まあ焦ってましたけどね、多分焦ってたと思います、まさかこのタイミングでこんなこと言われるかって、これ直さな本当にあかんのか、今でも。
No, I'm actually kind of interested in that. All right. That was actually kind of interesting to see. So, well, I have very little expectations for this just because I don't know what they could possibly have. I have no idea. I'm expecting Monster Hunter stuff. I heard there's gonna be Phoenix Wright stuff, and then I'm expecting post launch Village content, but that's really it. So, regardless, I am excited. I just have like no expectations because I have no idea what to expect.
Welcome to the Capcom E3 Showcase. I'm your host, Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer.
Actual show is not as loud as pre-show was.
News and updates from Capcom. We'll hear from the Resident Evil Village team, share some news from the world of Monster Hunter, and get the latest on Ace Attorney. Then we'll wrap up with some updates from our friends at Capcom Fighters. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Our first stop today,
Street Fighter, maybe? They're gonna show off some of the new Street Fighter?
To pioneer the latest and greatest in survival horror. The team has been blown away by the response to Resident Evil Village, which launched last month.
It was a really good game.
Another chapter in this decades-long story as the franchise celebrates its 25th anniversary this year. I'm honored to be able to introduce Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village, with a special message for the fans.
Another time. Bye-bye.
Alright, let's do that post-game content. What kind of DLC shit are we getting?
Rose! She's everything to me.
I think it's time you left things in my hands. Go on, rest now.
Village.
Hi everyone, my name is Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's played since we launched the game in May. We hope you're enjoying this new chapter in survival horror. As a reminder, everyone who purchases Resident Evil Village will gain free access to our online multiplayer title, Resident Evil ReVerse.
Not
where
interested.
Players go head-to-head with their favorite Resident Evil heroes and bioweapons. I'm now happy to announce that Resident Evil ReVerse will go live next month across all supported platforms. So head into the fray to celebrate the Resident Evil 25th anniversary.
Not interested in Verse. Really not. Development has just started on additional DLC. Okay. I knew it was gonna happen. More info later. Okay. I figured maybe there's gonna be some side stories like they did in 2.
Thank you, Kanda-san, for that wonderful update. Next up, some long-awaited news from the world of Monster Hunter.
Wow,
Whether it's
that was very little. Okay, Village.
We've got something for you. First, let's dive into the brand new story-based
You know, maybe
RPG
more stuff in
entry to the
Mercenaries.
series, Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin.
I need to play these since they're on PC. So, actually, are they multiplayer?
This was his fate.
I'm out of water. Well, almost.
Red may have been strong and skilled, but against the awesome power of nature, he was merely a man. He never stood a chance.
All
around, things just kept getting worse. But I heard
May the fan
that
go
Guardian
stronger.
Ratha had survived and returned to Hekolu Island. I went there to see Red's old monster again. Then, of course,
Nah.
that's when I met you.
I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but
You were given Red's kinship stone, and now
I'll keep it where it was.
Rathalos
Fuck it.
egg. This is destiny.
This is the legendary
Baby Atholos.
Wing Ratha, the monster with the wings of ruin.
It's said that a beat of its wings can bring about waves of destruction.
Many people believe there's a connection between the strange happenings and the wings of ruin. The pits are appearing everywhere, and they're emitting a strange light.
What's this whole idea of forming kinship with monsters? How do you control them?
It's not about control. Monsters help riders of their own will. And the bonds between monsters and riders are just like your bond with Tsukino.
Okay. I wonder if we'll ever get that in the main game.
What kind of
Or
power
at
does
least
Ratha really
after this.
Why
I don't know
all
about the
these
earlier
pits
games,
appear?
so.
And who are those people who want to take Ratha for themselves? All I have are questions.
If there's worry or doubt in your voice, Ratha will become anxious too. He needs to know that you will protect him no matter what.
I can sense the flames of his life force weakening. The burden of such great power is too much for his body to bear.
A voice. Can you hear it?
Riders can bond with monsters. Surely you can groove with fellow humans.
They have the power of kinship. They're friends. They're monsties. Humans carry the strength of everyone they meet. That makes them strong. My friends here taught me that.
Did that cat just wink at us?
I believe in the strength of humanity.
Nice. Might take a look at it. I'm unsure. Free title updates. New Monsi, Palamute. Trial version available June 25th, 2021. Transfer your save data to the full game. Cool. Spirit of bonus, order the game early so you don't miss out. Outfit for Anna. Then of course Amiibos. Okay. Cool, I guess.
Looks pretty epic, right? And how about that announcement? The canine companion Palamute from Monster Hunter Rise will be joining Monster Hunter Stories 2 as one of the new monsties in the first free title update coming soon after the game's release. You can get an early peek at the game with the Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin trial version starting on June 25th, which also carries your progress over to the full game release just a few weeks later on July 9th. That's not the only way to join the hunt. Millions of you made Monster Hunter Rise a huge success earlier this year, and we have even more content coming, including a new collaboration on the Rise. Let's find out more.
Okay. Isn't there, like, version 3.0 is coming out soon or something?
Let's go!
I think that's what, like, one of the before show things showed.
This is for my fellow hunters!
Rathalos
is no runt. Moon's blessing emerge. Get ready.
You can make your cat that cat.
Good feeling. What will it be? Moon's blessing emerge.
Diablos. More Diablo. No, that's Rathalos. Or Rathian, one of the two. Version 3.1, yeah. Insect Glaive. Whoa, black leather legs. Play possum. Shades. Stickers. Alright, well. I'm waiting for it to come out on PC, so.
You think you can take on Rondine?
June 24th. Nice.
There has never been a better time to be a Monster Hunter fan. With all the new updates to Monster Hunter Rise and the launch of Monster Hunter Stories 2 this summer. We can't wait to hear about your own stories of adventure. Well, that's not the only thing Capcom has in store for us this July. Fans of Phoenix Wright will have new chapters to explore with the release
I still need to play
Great
these.
Ace
I haven't played
Attorney
any of them.
Chronicles. North American and European future attorneys will finally be able to get their hands on the Great Ace Attorney Adventures and the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve,
No.
which were previously
I'm watching
only
it
available
here.
in Japan. You'll travel back in time to the late 19th century Japan and London to play as Ryunosuke Naruhodo, Phoenix Wright's ancestor, in this action-packed prequel. Now let's hear more about the story.
So then, let us unravel this mystery.
Welcome to the center of the world. Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
This country is incredible. I will become a lawyer. I have to.
I assume the gameplay's gonna be the same though, right?
Let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Who are you? Herlock Sholmes. You must have heard of me.
I have heard of that. Herlock Sholmes.
Let us engage in the art
Okay, I saw little bits of this then. I think I saw like Twitter screenshots a while ago.
It would seem the truth is now tantalizingly close.
The defense demands its right to a cross-examination.
Just like this. Careful there, guys.
Objection! Your testimony completely contradicts the facts.
Good gracious, the judge is just the same.
Objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage!
Oh, that's a cool way of saying who's winning.
You're the best lawyer in the world.
All right.
So we have 10 new cases and
Cool.
8 mini escapades where you can
Fighting
take on the role
games,
of a
though.
defense attorney. Now, we all want to see some gameplay, right? Let's take a closer first look at 2 gameplay features new to the franchise in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles: Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination.
Cool.
Hello, I'm Jonathan, Capcom's marketing brand manager for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
Where to?
The Supreme Court in Whitehall,
Ah, fuck.
if you wouldn't mind.
The Capcom
There.
team is thrilled to present 2 new gameplay features, Dance of Deduction and
Move this
Summation
over.
Examination, coming to the Ace Attorney series.
While investigating to prove your client's innocence, players will come across conspicuous situations that require further examination.
I'm
with
about to break
help
the
of
door down.
Ryunosuke's legal aid Susato,
I
and
should
the
be
brilliance
soft.
of deduction from Detective Herlock. Herlock will proceed to present his logic and reasoning spectacular, a grandiose yet flawed series of conjectures.
Is that of a villain? Okay, but what about the player character?
Ryunosuke and Susato will then
there you are.
discuss to correct the flaws in Herlock's deductions. At this point, players will be prompted to search for clues that help identify the errors in the detective's logic and reveal the truth to the mystery. As players present new evidence and observations, Herlock will amend his deductions based on the new information. Upon uncovering the truth, Ryunosuke and Herlock enter into a semi-metaphorical, semi-literal dance that brings them to the conclusion of the dance of deduction.
Is that what? Oh. There you go. Whoa. No way. Elementary.
In courtroom battles, players will attempt to convince 6 jurors of the innocence of their client. Their progress will be displayed and represented by 2 scales of justice, one black, representing
Kind of what I
a
pointed
guilty
out
verdict,
earlier.
and one white, representing a not guilty verdict.
Objection!
In summation examination, take the stand to face off against the jurors, all of whom provide explanations as to why they've reached their guilty verdict.
You'll have to identify conflicting statements and sway the jury in your favor. Examine each statement carefully and select 2 contradicting jurors to call out the flaws in their logic.
Objection!
Not even pay. What? No way. Just use your brain.
Ready
You
to
can
provide
hear the
evidence from the
fucking
court record to help prove the contradiction in their claims. When you successfully point out one of these contradictions among the jurors, you might just change their minds, too. With a slam of their fist, each juror you persuade will send a fiery ball towards the scales above and literally tip the scales of justice in your favor. Bring each contradiction
cool.
to light
I actually really
and
like
persuade
that.
the jury to help prove your client's innocence.
Objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage!
Oh, what an asshole!
This has just been
That's a
a
perfectly
small
good
taste
glass of wine.
Exciting new gameplay features in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are very excited to get this game in the hands of both new fans and diehard fans alike. Thanks for watching.
What an asshole that guy is.
It already seems like I have a bunch of games to catch up on. There are some exciting new adventures and titles to look forward to. Well, that's a look at the new premieres from Capcom, but what about esports? Let's close out today's showcase with a few words from 2 of the stars of Capcom Fighters, Rob TV, and Vicious. They'll tell us what's been going on with Capcom esports, including updates on the Capcom Pro Tour, Intel World Open, Street Fighter League, and all the other content on Capcom Fighters. Over to you guys.
I know it's still really early for Street Fighter 6, but you never know. Or maybe some other Capcom fighting game.
Everybody, and welcome to the Capcom esports presentation for E3 2021. My name is Vicious, commentator for the Capcom Pro Tour as well as Street Fighter League, here with competitive Street Fighter V player and host extraordinaire Hollywood, Rob TV. What's going on, Rob?
Oh my goodness, Vicious. Host extraordinaire. That just sounds beautiful. It has a ring to it. And I think that's the perfect word to describe what we have for everyone today. Street Fighter V, Capcom E3. It just feels right and you feel the electricity in the air.
Nice!
Nice!
What? That was nasty!
And there might be some people at home, Vicious, who don't fully know what competitive Street Fighter V is. The long and the short of it is this. We travel all around the world, state to state, country to country, and we try to bring our opponent's life bar from 100 all the way down to 0 and feel pretty goddamn good doing it.
That's right, Rob. If you think you're the best in your region, sign up for Capcom Pro Tour to prove it and become possibly a world champion at Street Fighter V.
The double perfect, the way he looked at the camera. Yikes! Don't ever expect another man's controller.
So in this year's CPT overall, it's a series of tournaments that have $5,000 on the line for each tournament, but that money alone, that's not what's really at stake here. It's about making it to the granddaddy of them all, Capcom Cup.
Item just reset in grand finals of Capcom Cup.
So behind me, you can see in all of its glory, the Capcom Pro Tour 2021 official stage.
Red Bull.
And that's a place that you are very, very familiar with.
That's right. We take all of our events and broadcast it live from this stage, and we check out all of the top competitors from each and every one of these regions. And speaking of, the Capcom Pro Tour has shaped up a lot. 2021, we have 32 events going on in the Capcom Pro Tour, spanning across 19 different territories. So there's so many opportunities for players from around the world to get that ticket into Capcom Cup this season. I'm absolutely excited because, again, that is a big change from what 2020 was into what we could expect for 2021.
And Mago is your first qualifier for Japan for the Capcom Pro Tour.
Not only can you catch the Capcom Pro Tour live on the Capcom Fighters channel, you can do so on a plethora of platforms. We have it on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Of course, if you don't catch it live, you can also check out the VODs for all the competitive studying you would need to become a successful Street Fighter V player, as well as catching some of the community-focused content that we have on Capcom Fighters. We have
right there, look at the chat.
Neutral, the official pre-show of the Capcom Pro Tour. We have sets where we take players from around the world and play off in an exhibition first to 10. Not only that, actually, we do have Street Fighter League that's happened season after season, non-stop action. 6 teams of 3 duke it out in this battle tournament series to see who will walk away with the
Don't know what I expected, but
$150,000 prize pool.
Street Fighter League is something that you don't want to miss because normally we only have 1v1 content. But now you actually have your teammates at your back, and every decision that you make is not just about you anymore.
Look for more news on Street Fighter League later this year.
It's Oki time. What's gonna happen?
Nice.
He checks it. He checks the movement. What's happening?
It's so good.
Let's not forget, the Intel World Opening is happening right now. Top players representing 11 regions around the world are competing for their place in the World Finals happening next month. Be sure to check out the official website for more information, including current standings and broadcast schedule.
To commemorate this event, everyone who logged in during this period will receive an exclusive competitor title and dojo object. You do not want to miss this.
I highly recommend everyone to stay tuned for future Capcom Pro Tour updates on the Capcom Fighters channel.
And again, we've had so many events so far. We started off with the Japan region. We've had a couple of more events going on afterwards, but the action does not stop. In fact, we're going to be continuing off with the Midwest region for the Capcom Pro Tour. I know you're definitely excited about that.
100%. I mean,
ain't too bad I don't really play Street Fighter.
From Ohio. Make sure you guys tune in to see the tournament.
You do not want to miss some of the best Street Fighter V players in the world compete head-to-head.
So it's you.
I dare you to find better Street Fighter. I dare you.
This is a game about being a world warrior. Capcom Tournament play. Obviously, they got a rivalry.
I'm the best in the world.
This game has changed the lives of so many people here.
Ooh! Nice! The pop-off! That's what I'm talking about!
I'm assuming this is about the end because it's 5 minutes from 5,
This
so.
is the ultimate Street Fighter V experience. This is Capcom Pro Tour.
Thanks, guys. It's been a really exciting season so far, and I can't wait to see how this plays out on the road to Capcom Cup. Remember to check out Capcom Fighters' Twitch and YouTube channels for more information and to watch the latest matches. So that's a wrap for Capcom at E3 this year. Let's recap what we all saw.
That's about what I figured.
Resident
All right.
Evil Village is back with the latest installment of the survival horror experience and RE-verse as part
Sadly,
of the
it was like all in a
25th
tweet that they
anniversary.
tweeted out was
We
essentially
have new
what
adventures to
was
embark
shown.
on in the world of Monster Hunter with Monster Hunter
That's a
Stories
shame.
2, Wings of
Well,
Ruin,
we've
and
got
Monster Hunter Rise.
Nintendo,
And
which
don't
I
forget
expect
to go back in
be
time
really
with
good.
the great Ace Attorney Chronicles
And then we've got Bandai
to tap
Namco,
into
so.
the family history of Phoenix Wright and solve new cases. Finally, don't miss out on the esports fun. Make sure you catch the latest matches with Capcom Fighters. There really is something for everyone here today. But don't go anywhere yet. Join the conversation on Twitter and make sure you check out the Capcom virtual booth on the E3 portal to watch all these videos again and more. I'm Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer. Thank you for being part of the Capcom experience at E3 this year.
Well, I wanted to stick around in case there was like a ooh last second and being like, but wait, there's one more thing actually. But nah. Oh well. I'll let it keep going until it officially ends, but I think that's a wrap. Yep. All right. Well, cool. Then I'm gonna end the stream. I'll probably stream in a couple more hours to play games, and then yeah. So I'll see you guys later.